Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. And also keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. All right, folks, here we are just before market close on Tuesday, September 7th. We're going to take a look at XL Fleet today. XL was requested in the comments in a previous video. If you have any tickers that you would like me to cover, feel free to leave the ticker symbol below. A couple of things about that. One, please just leave the ticker symbol, not the company name. And secondly, if I see it, I will reply to you and say that I put it on the list. If you don't get a reply from me, please re-comment to put it back to the top of the comments, and I will see it in the coming days. Wait a couple of days before you re-comment, though. But if I haven't responded by then just know that I've probably missed it. All right, so XL Fleet obviously has gotten beaten down here for quite some time, but has now been range-bound, which just means it's trading within essentially a range, like this box here, for quite some time. I mean, we could even compress this quite a bit. And often what happens when you're in this kind of range or box is once it starts to move out of this, it can trigger some pretty strong reactions, meaning if it's able to establish outside of this range to the upside, then it could have a lot of buys. Folks come in, feel that the price strength of the stock is regaining. If it falls through below this like 541 zone, it could trigger a bunch of stop losses, could trigger a bunch of sells, and it could rapidly sell off at that point. But at this point, it's been consolidating here since like May, and really not doing much of anything. And to me, what I would be looking for at this point, even though it's the 200 MA is way up here, I would be looking to see how this 50 and 20 MA react once it does start to make some movement. So in other words, if it starts to unravel really strong in one direction or another, like here you see everything was compressed together, and then as they started to unravel, you clearly see that the 20 is establishing over the 50 is establishing over the 200. We might not have the 200 at the next move, but you see the 20 and the 50 at least, and the 20 is gaining distance from the 50, which obviously indicates that it's a big bullish move that is coming, or that is happening, that is kicked off. And so I would look for that in, I don't know how long, I don't know how much longer it will continue to consolidate for. But there is another sort of trope that the bigger the base, the bigger the move. So the longer that this consolidates for, and it's already been a pretty long period of time, the next move could be really big. Now, we don't know if that's going to be a big move up or a big move down. That's what you kind of have to sit and wait to see. So I would just keep eyes peeled on that to sort of try to figure out where it's going to make its move. Now, if we flip to just the daily, for example, and get rid of these MAs and just leave the VWAP on there, which is that green. Just really kind of ugly, choppy action. Not a whole lot happening. It's just kind of hanging out by the VWAP. So the micro and the macro charts are definitely meshing with each other, meaning they're both just sort of like really flat consolidation type look, and just not much to go off of. But if you see a strong move above the VWAP someday, but it would need increasing volume, then that might indicate that there's a move that's kicking off. So I would just keep track of that, maybe set alerts to see if there's a sharp rise and an increase in volume. Those might be strong indications that things are picking up and it's starting to make its next big move. But yeah, for the time being, it's just this ugly kind of barcoding. The volume today, just about 1.5 million. Tracks pretty much all last week was right around that same range. So just not a ton happening at the moment. So that's what I would do personally, is just wait, to see what these MAs do as they unravel. There should be a similarly sharp move from the MACD, whether that's up or down. But obviously looking for a big increase in volume to back the strength of the play. So if it's going to be a big move up or a big move down, you would expect a lot of volume to come flowing in simultaneously. Now, on the data side of things, you do have a high utilization here for shorts. So shorts right now consuming over 80% of the total number of shares available to loan to short sell. So it's under quite a bit of short selling pressure, both from a utilization perspective and from a percentage of the free float. So right now over 14% of the free float being shorted per Ortex's estimates. And we don't need this, but if you see volume sort of trailing off, and if we have free float on loan and estimate short interest, that also sort of trailing off a bit with the volume coming down, but it still is putting a lot of pressure on the price to be well over 10% of the free float being shorted. So that's the other factor here of just being under pressure from the shorts and not being able to really battle back against it in any way, shape, or form. So if you do see shorts start to peel off, that might give it enough breathing room that it can start to claw back. That said, shorts are in it to win it, and for them, win it is drive it down to zero. So you could see them pile in for another attempted push down. Now that it's been consolidating for a while, they might see an opportunity to come in and pile on and try to just finish it once and for all. But that's the other thing that I would keep an eye on, a big change in the short interest. All right, well, good luck if you're in this one or if you are waiting on the sidelines for the next big move to try to see if you can snap up an interesting play. But I certainly hope that your trading week got off to a good start today, and I appreciate you watching. I will see you in the next video.